Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back. How are you guys doing? For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys my Sephora Vib sale wish list video. So I typically do my recommendations video before I do my wish list, but I still didn't compile my list of goods that I wanted to speak to you guys about. And I really want to be very specific with what I choose and not just say things just to say, even though I never really do that anyway, but I'm saying like I really want to pick the best of the best. So I should hopefully have my recommendations video up soon. But in the meantime, I figured I would share with you guys my wish list. Hopefully this video could be helpful to you guys as well. But let me share with you guys firstly the dates of the sale. It's a little bit away, but still, you know, it's never too early. So the Sephora Vib sale begins on April 1st through April 11th for Rouge members. They receive 20% off. Next here we have is Vib. The sale begins April 5th and it ends April 11th. And then for Insider, it is going to be 10% off. The sale begins on April 7th and it ends April 11th. So the sale ends April 11th for everyone, but depending on what tier you're at, the sale will begin either sooner or later. Okay, hopefully all that made sense. I'll try to have all the information linked down below. But I have a list here of about 17, 18-ish items. I actually purchased this notebook from Target recently to try to get my life situated, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I have a lot of exciting goods that I want to speak to you guys about. So let's get started. But also I did want to mention I am self-tan, so if you see my hand and it's like, you know, like this, then I'm aware I just have to kind of clean it off. It was worse before. And then also, if you love how my makeup looks, pretty much my eyes and lips, it's kind of like a secretive product, if you know what I'm saying. So definitely stay tuned. Exciting things coming very soon. First up, we have a body butter here from Sol de Janeiro. I think you pronounce it Beija Flor, F-L-O-R. It's the Elastic Cream with collagen and squalene. So they just released this and I cannot be more excited. So I spoke to you guys about it on my community tab. I've been eagerly waiting to see when this would actually launch. It is available now, not gonna lie. I did purchase a small size already yesterday because I'm like, oh, cannot believe it. But I'm happy that I did, because if I do like it, then I would want to purchase the full size during the Vib sale, just because I'll be able to get the 20% off, you know? The smaller size has 2.5 fluid ounces of product. It's 22 bucks. It used to be 20, but they raised it by $2. I know a lot of brands are starting to raise their prices, so yeah, kind of like, you know, but what could we do? And then the bigger size is $48. There's 8.1 fluid ounces of product in there, and that used to be 45, but now it's 48. So honestly, regardless, I still want to test this out. Like I mentioned, I purchased a small one. We'll see how I feel about it. I really enjoy their body butters. I find that they really sink into the skin really quickly and the smell lingers on. I'm kind of waiting for them to release a body mist to pair with this one, but in the meantime, they just released this. It says it's good for loss and firmness, which I have a lot of jiggly skin because I lost a lot of weight, so anything that will help out with that, your girl's up for it. It's best for dry skin, right here for me. Collagen, I'm looking for, you know, body butters that have collagen. It happens to be vegan and it is a floral scent. Really excited about this one. I do have high hopes for this, but I don't think it will disappoint. So that's the first thing that's on my list. Next we have this right here from Patrick Ta. This is the Major Glow Dewy Milk Mist. I feel like I don't even have to explain myself. You know, the title pretty much says it all. So it's $38. They don't have a small size. They don't offer a small size. They only offer this size right here, which is a 1.6 fluid ounce size. Now, I was going through the Patrick Ta section just to see if there's anything new, because Patrick Ta is definitely one of my favorite brands, I will say, as of lately. And I'm just always wanting to try out his goods. So this is on my radar for sure. It says it's supposed to be hydrating. It's for normal skin types, so I guess if you have oily skin and or dry skin, it should hopefully work out. It says it's a weightless spray that sets makeup, so sets makeup, gives skin a visibly luminous glow, and delivers all day hydration, which pretty much is everything I want in a mist. I want it to last, give me a glowy effect, and hydrate my skin too. So an absolute win from what it seems like. Okay, so the next item that I have here is from Iconic London. They recently released this blush and highlighter duo. I have a pen here with this as well, which I'm so excited about. I actually have not really been that into Iconic London's makeup goodies really ever. There really wasn't an item that I was head over heels with, but when I saw that they released this to Sephora's site, I was like, okay, I can totally get down with that one. So there are two different duos. We have one that's called Rose Glow, and then we have one that's called Coral Glow. So one if you have fair to light skin tones, and one if you have medium to deep skin tones. I'd probably pick up the Rose Glow one. I feel like the highlighter looks perfect. I would totally wear that. And then the blush is one that I feel like would suit me as well. That's $39. It says here it's supposed to give you a radiant finish. They're pressed powders. And it's a gel to powder texture to deliver a glossy shot of radiance and a flush of color in one sweep, which I'm excited about. I hope it's like luminous where it looks very glowy and pretty on the skin, but I also hope it doesn't like emphasize much, you know what I'm saying? So yay. Next we have this foundation here from Liora.y, the newest one she just released, the Beautiful Skin Foundation with Hyaluronic Acid. This is $44 and I want to say there are about maybe 20-ish shades to choose from. So I've actually been wanting this for a very, very long time. But instead I picked up the NARS Radiant Foundation, I think that's what it's called, because every time I go, which is new as well, and I've been using that in the meantime, and other things too, but I'm saying like when it comes to new stuff. But with this one, it's one that I've been wanting for a while, but I feel like every time I try to order my shade online, it's completely sold out, or when I go to actual Sephora stores, they're sold out as well in my specific shade. So I guess it wasn't meant to be at that time, but I hope that this will be available during the VIB sale. I heard nothing but amazing things about this. And then also, I'm not gonna say I love every single complexion product by Liora.y, but I wanna say this might be similar to the other foundation that she has. I forgot what it's called, but I literally have a dot left with the other one. I shared that with you guys in my everyday makeup drawer a few days ago. So if it's as good as that, then this might be winner. I just kind of like that it says Beautiful Skin, just because I kind of feel like it's going to give you somewhat of a glowy finish. But it says here it actually gives you a natural finish, best for dry combo and normal skin. It's a 16-hour natural glow foundation with buildable medium coverage to hydrate, smooth, blur pores, and brighten skin, which definitely speaks my language. So I have a feeling I'm really going to be obsessed with this one. And I think it's perfect timing too, I guess, this time around, because I'm almost finished with the other foundation. So like I said, perfection. I also would want to pick up the Revealer Skin Improving Foundation by Kosas. Firstly, the packaging is so cute. Love the yellow lid and the yellow like pump. Adorable. This is $42. When I checked this out in store, the display looked really cool and very eye-catching. So I kind of wanted to pick it up just kind of see like what's up. But then also with this one, I heard tons of people love it. And in addition to that, I actually like the concealer that's part of the line of this line. So I'm thinking I might like this one. I'll tell you what it says here. It's supposed to give you a natural finish, medium coverage. It's a clean at Sephora product. It's good for dullness, uneven texture, which I do have, I feel. And it says it's supposed to be hydrating. So that's pretty much what I look for in a foundation. Like I like when it's somewhat medium coverage and hydrating. Those are the two main things I personally would love to have. So yeah, seems like something I would love. I also like the fact that it has SPF 30 in case I forget to put on SPF, or I'm just kind of running and I just really forgot, or I'm out of SPF. I think this would be awesome. Plus it might pair really well with the concealer, which I would love to test out. So yeah, that's the next product. Next up, I want to pick up another one of the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powders. I have one currently in rotation. Love it. I think I wear mine in the shade Pound Cake, which is, I want to say, the either lightest or second to lightest. No, it's the third to the lightest shade. I love this loose setting powder. I really like the Liora.y one as well, which I haven't purchased in a while, but I feel like I like this one maybe a drop more. It's maybe a tie. You know what it is? I don't remember using the Liora.y one so much for baking, but this specific Huda one, I always used to bake under my eyes. Like I always use it to bake under my eyes and to bake my contour lines. I told you guys this a bunch of times. I just feel like it really helps with the bags under my eyes. It helps make my face look a bit more chiseled, neater, cleaner. So I really like this one by Huda. I might pick this one up and the Liora.y one up because I feel like honestly I kind of missed that one, but I probably for sure maybe possibly would love to pick this because my friend always makes fun of me. It's like, oh, maybe, because, for sure, sometimes. Yeah, so I would love to pick this up because I love it. It's $34. If you've never tried it, it is more of a thicker loose powder, but I feel like it really does what you want it to do if you're looking to bake with it. So solid stuff. Next up, Tatcha recently released this brand new sunscreen. This is the Silk Sunscreen Mineral Broad Spectrum SPF 50, which I think is amazing, with hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. So there's only one size. It is a 1.7 fluid ounce size, a SPF for the face specifically. It's retailing for $60. It's a clean at Sephora product. It's cruelty-free. It says here it has a sheer lightweight SPF mineral sunscreen with smoothing silk extracts to protect skin from the sun. It hydrates and invisibly evens out the skin tone. That sounds amazing. So I've tried the Super Goop one and I really like it. I also feel like it kind of gives like a glowy effect to the skin. And then I've tried the Cooler one as well, which I feel like is also just a very nice one. But I am running low with sunscreens. I know it's important to wear, you guys told me this, it's important to wear sunscreens every time, but especially in the summer, and it is definitely getting much more warmer here. The sun is also out more. So I feel like I for sure need to make sure I'm wearing sunscreen, if you know what I'm saying. I really love pretty much all of the Tatcha skincare items. All of the ones I've tried were 10 out of 10. The cleansers are so good. I love also their, what's it called? Pore filling primer. The Silk Canvas is amazing. So this is something that I for sure kind of want to pick up because I feel like it's something that I'll probably incorporate in my daily like routine if I'm wearing makeup, if I'm not wearing makeup. I'm curious to see if also this would like work well with foundations, all of that, and I'm sure it's gonna look gorgeous on its own. I kind of like the fact that it says it gives you a sheer lightweight smoothing silky type of look, and it's hydrating too. Next up, I have this right here from Shiseido on my list. This is the Pure Retinol Intensive Revitalizing Face Mask. So there are 4 upper face masks and 4 lower face masks, mace masks. So basically 4 masks. Sounds like 8, but it's really 4 masks for 70 bucks. Now, in this, yeah, 70 bucks, okay. So the reason why I want to pick this up, by the way, is because I love the under eye mask, under eye patches from the same line. I repurchased those so many times. I feel like they're one of the only eye patches that actually make a difference, like for the under eye area with bags and hydrating and all of that. So I actually even might repurchase another one of those because I'm finished with the other ones. But when I kept speaking about those, a lot of you guys told me that I should try out their actual full face mask. And I was like, hey, you know, like for some reason I actually did not even know that this was a thing. But it is, and if these are as good as the under eye masks, I'm telling you, I'm gonna look like I'm 17. I am so excited, and I really, really, really cannot wait. So it's supposed to mainly help with wrinkles. So I feel like I have a lot of that like around my eye area, like crow's feet, and just like on my face here and there, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this could be really, really beneficial, and it's probably the item that I'm probably the most excited about, even though it's just like, you know, but it's like, I feel like this is next level sheet mask vibes, you know what I'm saying? So I'll have to for sure report back to you because $70 for 4 I feel like is a lot, but I kind of look at it in a way where it's like I really don't get facials and stuff like that really, maybe once in a blue moon, which is really never, but maybe. So if I use one of these even like once every other week, I feel like, and it makes a difference, like you think you can't put money on that, I feel like. So thrilled about those. Next, Laura Mercier recently released these tinted moisturizer blushes. There are about, I want to say 10 shades in the line, from neutral shades to rosy tone shades to deep mauve shades and like some brown shades as well. So these are retailing for $28 each. Kind of steep, but you get a lot in here. It's a 0.5 fluid ounce size, so I feel like you really need a dot and this will just last forever. It says here it's a cream formula. Of course, it's supposed to give you light coverage. It's fragrance free. It's supposed to be hydrating. It's a weightless cream blush that delivers a buildable natural cheek color with the skincare power of a moisturizer, which sounds awesome. So typically when cream blushes are a bit stiffer and maybe they're a bit more on the matte side, if I do want to make it more of like a hydrating blush, I'll just kind of blend it in with my moisturizer and create that hydrating effect. But if this already has everything in one, it would be nice. It says it has light coverage, which is the only thing that worries me, only because I feel like a lot of times with these type of blushes, it will have light and they're not as buildable as I would like. You know what I mean? Like I love when a cream blush is light, of course, but I like when it's buildable and sometimes just not. So we'll see about this. And the shade that I'm looking at is called Southbound. It's more of like a peachy pink, which I have a lot of those kind of shades, but really, in all honesty, those are the main type of shades I wear, like light peachy and light pinky tones. I don't really wear tons of rosy type of colors on my cheeks as much. But if this is an easy formula to work with, maybe it would be worth it for me to get like a deeper shade, just because I find that since, well, now I'm a little bit self-tanned, but typically when I'm a little bit more on the fair to light side, if a blush is too deep, it's very hard for me to kind of blend it out and kind of make it work with my skin, which is interesting because I love the Tower 28 cream blushes, and so I tried a few deeper shades and they just did not work out. So I'm curious to see, since this does have the lighter coverage, will it actually look good? Like the deep shades basically. Next, I might want to pick up the Lola's Forget the Filler Overnight Lip Plumping Mask. So this is $21. It has 8 grams of product, which I think is a decent amount. I use the Laneige one now, and I have one from Too Faced, the peach one, as well as I love the Fresh like lip masks too. But I wanted to try something new. This does have a little bit of a plumping effect to it. I just hope it's not going to feel like irritating on the lips in a way. So that's my only concern about this one. I don't mind it, but I just don't want it to feel like, oh my gosh, type of thing. But the reviews on this one just seem amazing. There are over 330 reviews. And I guess I could clean my teeth in the meantime. And it's pretty much almost out of 5 stars. So people are absolutely loving it. It says it's plumping, it's hydrating, it helps with line smoothing. Also, it has natural collagen that make your lips look bigger and better. So we'll see about that one. Next, Burberry released a brand new fragrance, which I'm thrilled about. This is the Her Edu perfume. So very simple name. It is a floral scent. Some of the notes are dark berries, jasmine, and musk amber. So I actually got a pamphlet from Ulta. So I know this is available on Ulta too. And they had this one as a sample there, just that you can kind of like rip open and smell, like a paper type of perfume sample situation. So I smelled it. I really loved it. My mom smelled it and she was like, yes, yum, it's so good. So I might want to pick this one up. I typically like to purchase a perfume during the VIB sale just to get the 20% off. I feel like it's a good way to kind of, you know, change up your perfumes, add more to your collection that you think you might use. It says here also this is a great layering perfume, so if I want to wear it on its own, I have that option, but I'm assuming it would work really well with other perfumes too. They also have this kit here as well, the mini Burberry Her perfume set, which is $49. You get 3 little ones in here. The reason why this kind of annoyed me is because it's not a mini spray form. It's the type that you kind of have to, you know, turn over, put on your hand, kind of like rub it in there, and I just kind of feel like I'm not down for that. You know what I'm saying? But I like the concept. I love that you get 3 in 1. There's a green one in here too, which also came in the Ulta pamphlet, and I smelled it. I thought it was pretty good. My mom was not a fan though, so maybe with layering, I don't know, we'll see. So either the pink one is on my list or this one, just depending on, I guess, what I think would make more sense at the time. But next up, we have this collection right here from McGrath. Now this actually did not release yet, but it says it's coming soon. And I'm personally hoping it's gonna be available during the VIB sale, since the sale is a little bit more than 2 weeks away. I wanna say this might be like available to purchase then, and I would love to get it for 20% off. I mean, that would be great. So this is the Bridgerton and Pat McGrath collection round 2. When I saw the pictures of this release on Trend Moods page, I was like, whoa, like this is like, when you say like next level, I want to say this is kind of like next level. So I purchased the original Bridgerton collection by Pat McGrath, and I think that overall the collection is gorgeous. The palette is stunning, the highlighters are beautiful on the skin, and the blush palette is just a great go-to one. So yeah, since I love the original Bridgerton collection with Pat McGrath, I figured, I'm honestly thinking this might even be more of my alley than the original one, and I love the original one so much. So with this one, I would love to get the eyeshadow palette. It's just a 6-pan palette. I love the tones. I think they would be wonderful going into the spring months. I think it would also be nice with the first version, the first Bridgerton like palette that they released. So combining both shades together, you get, it's kind of like 12, but I think this would be really gorgeous on its own too. That yellowy shade kind of reminds me of the highlighter that was part of the first release. You know what I'm saying? If you guys picked it up, you might know. But yeah, really pretty, and I love how there's different things embossed in there. It just keeps things fun and interesting. Then the thing that really got me was the blush palette. I just love it. I think it might be a little bit hard to store maybe, because it might be a little bit more on the bigger side, maybe a drop thicker, and it's also round. But I think it's beautiful. The face palette, the blush palette, I guess, includes 3 different blushes. I think they would be gorgeous to mix and match with or to use on their own. Also seems like they have a slight luminous finish to them. And then you get a beautiful heart highlighter. Now, I want to say this might work out for a multitude of different skin tones because it's not way too yellow gold, if you know what I'm saying, but it's also not like stark white. You know, I feel like it's just a good combo of maybe both. And then she's releasing a few lipsticks, and I love that she added the little bow on these lipsticks. I think that they're beautiful, and again, it just makes it so much more of an experience to use, and like it would be so beautiful to also display like on your vanity or in your room, even in your drawers or whatever the case may be. It's just gorgeous to look at. So I'm hoping these release in time for the VIB sale because your girl needs this pronto style. So excited. I cannot stress it enough. This when I saw the picture of this, I just like randomly smiled. It's like so exciting. It's just so, this makes me so happy. The next thing I want to pick up is from Natasha Denona. I recently purchased her pastel palette. Actually arrived today, but I don't think I'm gonna have a chance to put it up. So either I'll have a video up later on this week, or maybe not, maybe just do like a full face of what's new at Sephora. But anyway, that would have been on this list if I would not have purchased it already, but I did, so X that for now. But the thing that I want to pick up from Natasha Denona that I don't own is the Glam Face and Eye palette. So I already have the light palette and I think it's great. I would have loved if she maybe would have made the blush and highlighter a drop smaller and threw in a bronzer. I think this would have been a complete piece of heaven. It is still, but I'm saying like even more so. So I love that so much that I want to pick up the Dark Face palette just because I think that the the eyeshadows are beyond gorgeous. Shades that I typically will wear. I think would be a great palette to mix with the light palette too. And then also in the dark palette, the blush, I feel like I could use it if I'm self-tanned or if I'm not. So I feel like I could still work out. I just have to like work either lighter or heavier depending on if I'm self-tanned or not. And then the highlighter also, I just feel like it would work. So I would love to have this in my collection to kind of make things easier to grab and go with. And I just love the shadows in there because I feel like they're a bit more saturated and deep. And then you guys know, it's for me, it's usually go big or go home. Like I feel like I'm never like in between. It's either like full glam or nothing with me. So yeah, on my list for sure. And that is $59. Next up, I saw that Huda Beauty just released these blushes, cream blushes basically. $25 each, and these are specifically called the Cheeky Tint Cream Blush Stick. So there are 6 reviews already. Seems like it's at a 5-star. 5 shades in the line. We have coral shades, a nude shade, like a brownish shade, and like a deep purple. It says here it's supposed to give you a natural finish. It's hydrating. It's beautifully blendable. It's supposed to look like second skin vibes with like a juicy glow. Could you hear the train? I'm pretty sure you could. I opened up the window a bit, so it's probably louder than usual. But anyways, I'm curious to see how this one compares to maybe the Laura Mercier one. I'll be honest with you guys, from my experience, I personally prefer to use more like a liquid blush. But at times I will use blushes that are like this or like in like a pan, and I won't use it with my fingers. For some reason, it never blends out well, and also it never looks even on both sides. I'll just take like a brush, like a stippling brush almost, and kind of like work it into the skin. So with this blush, I would just take a brush and hook up the shade on there and then blend it out on the skin. So I think in that way it will work nice. Like looking at this, my initial reaction is like, okay, take it and swipe it, but like that doesn't work for me basically. So that's why I guess I'm saying this. But yeah, this looks good. It seems like they all have more of like a luminous finish to them too. Like I feel like I see a little bit of like, not glitter, but like a sheen to them, like to it. So we'll see. Like this is something I want, but like if it's sold out, like it's not the end of the world for me, you know. But the Laura Mercier, whenever it's sold out, I'm like, oh. And the final kit I think I want to pick up is from Moroccan Oil. This is the hydrating shampoo and conditioner jumbo set. So you get a full size shampoo and conditioner, 16.9 fluid ounces in each, and this whole kit, basically the kit of the duo, is $70. If you think about it, it's like $35 per product. And the reason why I want to pick this up is because I've already gone through a few of these shampoo conditioners and I'm out of it now. Basically, I got this from my mom at some point. She absolutely loves it. I have keratin treated hair, so I'm very specific with shampoo conditioners that I use. Otherwise, it kind of almost takes the keratin out. But I found that the Moroccan Oil shampoo conditioner just really works very well. I'm obsessed with the smell. Most of the products pretty much smell the same way. So if you like how their body care products smell or their mists and all of that, that's pretty much how the shampoo and conditioner products smell too. It says here it's great for the drain is passing again. You know, I personally don't pay attention to it, but like I'm only paying attention because of the video. But typically when I'm doing my own thing, like I don't even realize that it passes by. So it says it's great for straight, wavy, curly, and coily type of hair. It's great also for fine, medium, and thick texture. It helps with dryness, frizziness, and it also, you know, makes your hair look a bit more shinier, which I would have to agree with. It's one that I've repurchased a bunch of times and I want to purchase again for this time around because I feel like this size will just last me a long time. I'm using a few other things now, which I'm like, it's okay. This is just like, it really hits home for me. So if you're looking for a good one, I would definitely recommend Moroccan Oil's hair products in general because across the board, they really have solid stuff, you know? Okay, so I want to say that's pretty much it. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 more items on my list, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know if I care about getting them, honestly. We'll have to see when the time comes, like what the vibe is, and maybe I'll check these products out in store. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Definitely stay tuned for my recommendations video. It's going to be a solid one. I for sure want to hear what you guys have to say about this one. If you have your wish list ready, if you don't, if you're shopping the sale, if you're not, like what's the 411, keep me posted, and I will see you guys in my next video.